Shalom, shalom, family. Shalom, shalom. I want to give all glory, all honor, and all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Wa Rakak Wadash, giving all glory, all honor, and all praises unto the Most High Heavenly Father for this very moment. I want to say Barakathum to all of those who are being diligent inside the truth, starting from the elders on down to the youth, those who are doing the best that they can when it comes down to keeping the commandments of the Most High Heavenly Fathers, as well as carrying on the faith of the Hamashiach Yahushai, who is the Malak. And as we always make it known, hey, it's all about the kingdom. So I have some videos that I want to share. Before I even go further, check this out.
Bro, where you at? Bro, quit playing with me, bro. I swear to God, bro. Hang up. I come home 2 days early to this, bro. All in the joy. We get married in 2 weeks. Supposed to get married in 2 weeks. Bro, they're everywhere, though. Babe, where you at? You at home? I'm at home right now, bro. Bro, what's this in your drawer?
Why are you at home?
What's this in your drawer?
What's in my drawer?
Bro, quit playing with me like you, bro. I'm not stupid, bro. What's up? What we doing?
Why are you popping up today early? Like, why are you on?
Bro, what you mean popping up? I live here, bro. We get married in 2 weeks. What you mean popping up?
It's off Saturday, so why are you?
It don't matter when I'm supposed to get off, bro. Oh my God, bro. I'm about to go crazy. I'm really about to go crazy right now, bro. Where you at?
I'm about to call you back. Hold on.
Bro, quit playing with me, bro. I swear to God, bro. Hang up. I come home 2 days early.
You got somebody in my house. You got somebody. Who is in my house?
What are you talking about?
Who is in my house?
Why are you in here?
Who
You
is-
don't live here anymore.
Who is in my house?
Why are you in here?
Because
You don't live
I
here.
drove by this Ferrari in the driveway.
Why are you trying to pay him? You don't live here no more. I don't feel safe.
Well, leave.
Don't.
Well, leave.
I ain't going nowhere.
Sir.
Is you crazy?
Wait, I have to because I'm from y'all married.
Thank you.
There's much I can do.
Thank you.
Who Ferrari is that outside?
Who Ferrari? Ask the question.
My lawyer.
A lawyer. You see what I'm saying? A lawyer.
If I search the house, you'll find everybody in the house.
We ain't get to.
Let's go. Come on now.
You didn't get
DNA test kit from like CVS a few days ago, and I did a little swab on Zaria, and
DNA test?
yeah.
What possession we do that?
A good source told me, he was just like, check it out, something don't seem right, yeah, and I didn't believe him. I just did it, hoping he was wrong.
kidding me?
No, seriously, I'm telling you, and I'm hoping he was wrong.
Oh
and,
my God.
and it came back. It came back negative.
Negative.
Yeah, it came back negative.
Zoria is your child. DNA diagnostic center? What is this?
It's a fucking DNA test. I'm sorry.
Why the f would you do
It's a
this?
DNA test.
But why,
It's a
babe? Why
DNA
would you do
It's a
this?
DNA wrong. I've been taking care
Who
for 3
gave you the
years,
right
and
to do
you're
this?
telling me.
For another guy just because he's got more than my guy. Because trust and believe, if I like you, if I love you, it's because I see your greatness. I couldn't give a shit if you was a street cleaner at that time. I see your greatness. That's why I'm with you. I see the king in you. I'm never leaving my guy for another guy just because he's got more than my guy. Because trust and believe, if I like you, if I love you, it's because I see your greatness. I couldn't give a shit if you was a street cleaner at that time. I see your greatness. That's why I'm with you. I see the king in you. I'm never leaving my guy for another guy just because he's got more than my guy.
You can see from those videos, and if you can internalize it, right, it gives you an aspect of how things are today from a left hand's point of view and from a right hand's point of view. And my reasons of sharing this is because it's not only for the Akwathium, meaning the sisters, but it's also for the Akim. It's for the brothers as well. Because everything that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing is to help us to internalize his love and where he stands at within his love. what I'm saying, when it comes down to balancing out what is all pertaining to the matters of where the Spirit is residing at with us. You see, that's why I always talk about the inner man and the inner man's standpoints when it comes down to the law and where the law stands at and being spiritual. And because the law is spiritual, that is a part of that process of you being converted as a soul, you see? And not only just that, of you being converted as a soul, but it puts you in a state of being blameless. Meaning, man gonna always have something to say about you. But when it comes down to the Lord will account you as being blameless. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of what anybody may wanna put out there, you see? And that's where it comes in at, about you doing the best that you can and living for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, making a stand for what will be of integrity. You see? So earlier, throughout my time, and I just been meditating in the book of Judges and just going back through it. And I'm gonna just come from the book of Judges chapter 2 and on this aspect, because I want y'all to reflect on this. In the book of Judges chapter 2 and verse 10, right? It say, and also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. You see, now when you see this, right, it's showing you how the generation afterwards were basically being wicked, and because them residing in wickedness is because they didn't know the Lord, showing you that you had parents who were not diligent in their walk with the Lord, all right, where they were in a place of seeing a level of importance and pour it into the children so that the generation afterwards wouldn't be in wickedness. So, right? So because the parents failed in their relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua through the Spirit, it caused wisdom to not dwell with them. You see, like the scriptures makes it known. And matter of fact, I'm gonna bring that up in the book of Sirach. Matter of fact, I got it right here. In the book of Sirach, chapter 4 and verse 16, it say, if a man commit himself unto her, right, he shall inherit her, and his generations shall hold her in possession. You see, saying as a parent, the more you are displaying to your children what is on the left hand side, what is on the right hand side, and you breaking things down on a level to keep them on the right hand side of things. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going to have wisdom to sup with them. You see, showing you the video that was given, all right, and that was shown, and you see the level of whoredoms that are put out on the forefront, where the children have to suffer in what is of disobedience, okay, that is coming from the parents, because they rather be lovers of pleasure, all right, when it comes to the flesh, versus to being lovers of God, lovers of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, so it's like being a living example on what it means to make a stand for righteousness. Like the one sister that made a stand for righteousness based upon her being committed in her relationship with her man, because she like, yo, that's my king. You see, basically that's my head, and that right there reflects where the minute of the Lord stands at when it comes down to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, Christ unto the church, husband unto the wife, the bridegroom. You see, the level of righteousness on an all-time high, and being able and showing forth on what it means to be committed. You see, that's why the Lord instructs us to flee from Babylon. You see, and our reasons in fleeing from Babylon is because the level of whoredoms that are tainting and polluting the soul. And as a soul, we're supposed to be cleaving to that inner man in order to gain a better perspective on what it means to purge that leaven out of our souls. You see, where we're not only viewing Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai from this aspect, but we see Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai even through this aspect, which it keeps us in a level of integrity, you know what I'm saying, where we're showing forth of what his righteousness is truly about. So it said, in Sirach chapter 4 and verse 16, if a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generations shall hold her in possession. If that woman wouldn't have been in order, right? Things wouldn't have went left. You see? Where it's like, damn, why you gonna do this to this man? You see? If she had enough respect for herself, she wouldn't be in a place of committing those acts. She would be like that woman who's making it known plain and clear, like, hey, I'm standing for my man. You see the other woman with the other video. You see? But overall, from out of all these videos that you see that I'm sharing with you, it's giving you a level of those who are on the left-hand side about things and those who are on the right-hand side about things. And it's evident in where the spirit is standing at in these perilous times. You see? Where it's like, it's made known bluntly, like, repent, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Like in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 3. For forward thoughts separate from God, and his power, when it is tried, reproveth the unwise. Verse 4, because it's the punch. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subjected unto sin. You see, this is why it's extremely important, you know, like when we are seeing videos online, to internalize it from a righteous standpoint, because the Lord desires for us to hate wickedness and to love righteousness. Like for you to be in a place where you standing at and you internalizing it. You got people that will laugh at situations like that. They will laugh at some of the weakest, the most wicked things, right? And when it comes down to righteousness, they depart from it. And it's like, why would you depart from what would be a righteousness, or be yarning, or having yourself to not delight yourself in the things that are righteousness, but have yourself to be more attentive to the things that are wicked? You see? And if you're comfortable in those type of estates, that's something that you have to internalize and really search your heart out and purge it out. You see what I'm saying? Because that's all a part of your converting, the soul being converted. You see? This is an internal working before anything exteriorly can take place in being of a manifestation of the Lord's goodness within your life. All right? So wisdom don't dwell in that body. So it shows you why wickedness is on an all-time high the way it is because wisdom is not dwelling in their temples, because they choose to walk after the flesh and not after the spirit. This is why you have many who don't understand the aspects of the new covenant and the bloodshed of Yahweh Shai from an internal perspective. They see it from a carnal perspective, and they walk after it, after the flesh, from a carnal perspective. You see? You see? All right. 2nd Esdras chapter 1, all right, and verse 5. Another witness. And it states, go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children's children, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them. See, in them. You got to internalize things to get a better aspect, you know what I mean, and a better perspective on why it's important to purge that leaven out of your soul. And this is for the Akim and the Akwathim, you know, for the brothers and the sisters. All right? For they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods. That's why in Judges chapter 2, right, when he state in verse 10, he said, and also all the generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, knew not Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel, saying, this gives unto us why the Lord always constantly reminding us that he is the one that delivered us out of the land of Egypt. Always constantly reminding us. You see how of his works and what he has done on our behalf, meaning he's reminding us of his love for us, so we can take hold of it, and not take hold of it to walk after the flesh, but take hold of it where we can see the level of importance in remaining in the spirit, because that's how we'll be able to connect and commune with him, communing with him in a more effective way. All right, you see? And in verse 11 in the book of Judges chapter 2, it say, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam. You see, they was more attracted to the things that were a connection to Balaam. You see, because the level of bondage that was set amongst them. But the Lord always had it as in Israel being the apple of his eye, which I am going to bring out. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 10. He found him in a desert land and in the waste howling wilderness. He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eyes. The apple of his eye. Showing you the level of love and where the Lord stands at in his grace, man. You know, Psalm 17 and verse 8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. You see? That takes a level of acknowledgement and where the Lord stands at with you to understand he is who he is and where he stands at when it comes down to promises. All right? Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 2. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Us to keep the law as the apple of his eye, meaning he wants us to keep what is spiritual as the apple of his eye. What is spiritual when it comes down to us being converted as souls. He wants us to stay more focused on that. Not all this other stuff that's going on that's exteriorly. Yeah, we can speak about it and make it known plain and clear on what is what. But for the most part, we have to be mindful on what he is doing when it comes down to us and what we're supposed to be internalizing. Because as much as the law is the apple of our eye, we ourselves are the apple of his eye. You see? That's why he said, keep my commandments and live. This is something inwardly. The book of Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 18. Their heart cried unto the Lord, O wall of the daughter of Zion. Let tears run down like a river day and night. Give thyself no rest. Let not the apple of thy eye cease. You see? Because the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. So this is exhortation on the level of the Lord's grace and where he stands there with us in these perilous times. You see? To stay more vigilant on what it means to be more converted as souls. You see? Where we can attain that glorious estate. All right. Zechariah chapter 2 and 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. Woo! You see? Say everything that we experience, the Lord is that. This ain't something that the Lord is not seeing. He sees everything that we're experiencing, everything that's being done towards us. What is coming from the heathens and what is coming from those who have made oaths with heathens who are Israelites, who make it within themselves to come up against the ministers of the new covenant and those that believe in the blood of the Lamb, man. The Lord sees all of that, man. But hey, with that being said, I pray that this video was an exhortation to the Akim and the Agwathium and to not lose hope, but see that everything that you are bearing witness to in these videos that I'm sharing in these videos here, hey man, it's all in the perspective of you to hate wickedness and love righteousness, and to internalize things on a level as in like, I'm being seen by the Lord, and by me being seen by the Lord, am I pleasing him? Am I pleasing Yahweh Shemi Awashah? And what I am doing, rather it's being in the opening or rather it's being done in the secret. So love y'all, stay up and stay blessed. Shalom, family, shalom.